Imagine waking up tomorrow morning. You reach for your phone and it doesn't connect. Not to Wi-Fi, not to data. In fact, it never has. There's no internet, no Google, no YouTube, no online shopping, no social media. Nothing. Now stop for a second. What does your day look like? How do you talk to your friends? How do you study or work or even order your favorite food? Without the internet, your world and the entire world would be unrecognizable. In today's video, we're going to dive deep into one of the most fascinating other possibilities scenarios ever. Imagine a world where the internet never existed. No memes, no social media, just silence. We'll explore how communication, education, business, and culture would change forever. And trust me, by the end of this video, you might see the internet in a completely different way. So, let's begin this journey into a world that never went online. First, let's talk about communication. Without the internet, forget about instant messages, FaceTime calls, or video chats. If you wanted to reach a friend in another country, you'd be writing letters, waiting days or even weeks for a reply. Yes, phone calls would still exist, but they'd be expensive and limited. Long-distance friendships would be rare. And social media? Completely gone. No Instagram, no Facebook, no TikTok. Would this make our conversations more meaningful, or would it leave us feeling isolated? Some might say we'd actually be more present. Families talking at dinner tables instead of scrolling. Friends hanging out in person instead of on group chats. But at the same time, our world would feel much smaller. We wouldn't connect globally, we'd stay local. Imagine never meeting people outside your city, let alone your country. Next, education and knowledge. No Google searches, no YouTube tutorials, no Wikipedia at your fingertips. If you wanted to learn something, you'd need books or an expert. Schools and libraries would be the ultimate centers of knowledge. Students would memorize more because they couldn't just look it up later. Teachers would be knowledge gatekeepers, and textbooks would be sacred. Would this slow down innovation? Maybe. But it might also push people to think differently, more deeply. Research would take longer, but maybe discoveries would be more thorough. Think about it. The internet allowed us to share ideas instantly. Without it, scientific progress, medicine, and even global collaboration might be decades behind where we are today. Now let's look at the economy. No online stores, no Amazon, no eBay, no remote jobs. Everything would rely on physical presence. Businesses would grow slower, and local shops would dominate. Banks would be entirely offline. Cash and checks would rule. No crypto, no digital transactions. And think about jobs. Whole industries that rely on the internet, like software development, online marketing, e-commerce, wouldn't exist. On the flip side, older industries like postal services, newspapers, and even television might still be thriving. But here is the big question. Would the world economy be stronger because it's simpler, or weaker because it's less connected? Finally, let's talk about entertainment. No YouTube, no Netflix, no Spotify, no video games with online play. Entertainment would mean books, TV, radio, theaters, concerts, and in-person social events. Culture would spread much slower. No viral memes, no global fandoms. A song popular in one country might take years to reach another. Would this make culture more authentic or just more limited? And here is something to think about. Would we actually be more creative if we weren't constantly consuming content online? Would kids spend more time outside, creating games and stories of their own? It's hard to say. But one thing's for sure. The internet didn't just change culture, it accelerated it beyond imagination. So, what do you think? Would a world without the internet be better, more connected in person, more focused, more grounded? Or would it hold us back, keeping humanity from reaching the incredible progress we've achieved today? The truth is, we may never know, but one thing is clear. The internet is one of the most powerful forces shaping our lives, and imagining life without it shows us just how much we depend on it. If this video made you think differently about the internet, smash that like button. It really helps us out. And don't forget to subscribe because this is just the beginning. Next time, we're exploring another mind-bending question. What if electricity disappeared for a whole year?